Just breaking the ice here, figuratively speaking. Yeah, since it is ice fish season. How's everyone's ice fishing season going so far? Let us all know in the chat group. Let's see here. I'm waiting for my guest to join us live. I may have overrode that. I sent an invite link to my buddy Jason in hopes that he would join me on tonight's live stream. So that way you guys aren't just seeing my talking head. That way there'd be two of us, me and Jason, conversing with one another and answering your questions, joining the chat group, and so forth and so on. So I didn't notify him early enough though. I should have probably an hour ago sent the invite link and kind of gave him heads up. He did agree to joining me live as a guest speaker on the live stream. I hope it works out at some point in time. So yeah, if that's something that you yourself are interested in, joining the Spikes and Gills Monday nights live streams as a guest speaker, so that way you and other viewers aren't just watching me, listening to me, but they can also listen to you, to what you have to say about fishing and hunting. And you can answer people's questions as they join the chat group, start chatting away, asking questions, sharing their little tidbits about fishing and hunting, and sharing their hunting and fishing success stories and so forth. So you can join that chat and join the conversation, answering questions and sharing your experiences and your knowledge and all that wealth of knowledge you may have welled up inside that you just want to share with everybody. So yeah, I think that would be great if you did join the live stream. I'm going to open up my email. So I do have Jason Gibson says hi. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. I did send you, Jason, an invite to your email to join the live stream. I'm on your emails now. Okay, we have a bunch of people that just joined. So hey, if you're here, don't go anywhere. I'm about to show you something. See, Jason already said hi in the chat. If you're new to the live stream, if you just joined us, please say hi. Yeah, there we go. Golden Charger says, I love you. Hey, love you back. Love you back, pal. Yeah, thanks for joining the chat. Oh, there we go. Jason, look at this, buddy. Oh, we have a bunch of people on here. Jason, let me know if you see that invite link in your email to join the live stream with me. So that way everyone can see us both as we're talking fishing and hunting and answering people's questions. So yeah, hey everybody, don't go anywhere. I'm on Jason's email stream here. So yeah, Golden Charger says, you're the best. I think, are you just joking? Hey, you got a smile out of me and you're the best YouTuber. Yeah, wait, what's the face emoji he's got there? A laughy face. Yeah, he's just joking. Of course, I'm not the best. There's a lot better public speakers out there, a lot better YouTubers out there than I am, that's for sure. So, Golden Charger, are you an ice fisherman and a hunter? Do you hunt and fish? And have you been ice fishing, Golden Charger? If you've been out on the hard water, let us know some of your ice fishing success stories in the chat. Let us know what you've caught so far. If you're like, did you catch your personal best fish this year so far? Did you? Oh, you just sent in a bunch of hearts. I wonder if that's a yes to hunting and fishing. Jason says it popped up a couple seconds ago. Okay. I wonder if the link still works, Jason. Try it to see if you'll. When I sent you the link, Jason, it was showing me on the top left, and there was a blank box where you would have appeared if you did click the link to join the live stream. Golden Charger, if you're interested in joining the live stream, since you just said I was the best YouTuber, would you be interested in joining my live streams on Monday nights as a guest speaker? so that way everyone doesn't have to just listen to me talk. So let me know in the chat. You can email me at wildmaineoutdoors@gmail.com so I can get your email. I'm going to minimize this. I do want to show everybody something from my email very soon here. Kai Dodge says, hi in Ukraine, bro. So Kai Dodge is from Ukraine, joining the live chat. Thanks for joining. All the way from Ukraine. That's so cool. So Golden Charger says, yes, I will. Okay. Let me bring up the chat. Let's get out of here. So hold on a sec, Golden Charger. I'm going to get on the chat with you here in just a moment. I just need to go here and go here because I need to share the email. It's wildmaineoutdoors@gmail.com, but I will put it in the chat right now. wildmaineoutdoors@gmail.com. So there you have it. So Golden Charger and Kai Dodge. Anyone else that's new here to the live stream, or if you're just joining and you haven't ever sent me an email to wildmaineoutdoors@gmail.com, I just put in the chat my email. Use that email to converse with me, to send your fishing, hunting success stories along with your photos so I can show your pics and give a shout out to you, share your success story with everybody. And also, I may send you an invite link back to your email to join the live stream. So you could be a talking head on here too to share your 2 bits. Here we go. Put add. I think we have someone joining us, everybody. Here he is. There he is.
Oh,
How you doing, buddy? So there's
not too bad. Yourself?
Kai Dodge says, bro, how are you? Hey, we're good. Oh, Kai Dodge, that's to you, buddy. Hey, Kai Dodge, all the way from... Yeah, he's from Ukraine. From the Ukraine. Isn't that neat? Okay, now that I have you here with me, Jason, I'm going to go back to the email chain because I have a question for you, Jason. That maybe you can hold on a
Okay.
sec. Actually, you probably know where I'm going with this. Oh, what's the name of that lure that new lure you bought again? What's the name of it? For ice?
VMC Tingler Spoon.
VMC. So, okay. Yeah.
That's the brand, and it's a Tingler spoon. They come in multi colors and patterns.
Yeah. And I think it was new to you this year, correct?
Correct.
And you
Yeah,
you caught some. Oh, go ahead.
I picked it up just before Christmas, a couple of them, and just started trying it out, and it's been pretty successful so far.
Nice. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the last email. I gotta go to the back. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It says yummy. Very cool. That was your catch and cook. Okay, here we go. Yeah, awesome. Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna show everybody. I'm gonna get off of me. I'm gonna zoom in. You stay right there, pal. So here's the VMC angler spoon. You said, or VMC VMC. That's what it looks like, everybody. Uh, Tingler, VMC Tingler spoon. I'll probably have to type it in the chat. Um, okay, so that's that. See, we were just asked a question too. Kai Dodge said he's doing well. He said, friends, how do you feel about us Ukrainians in a nutshell? Well, I'm not racist in the least bit. I love everybody. Let's see here. Okay, here. I think this. Did you catch this with that spoon? Did you catch that fish with your with that tingler spoon? I don't know if you did or not.
Yeah, I caught three of the white perch on it right in a row, and then I had a few more hits on it.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, those are pretty fish. So these you gotta be. Everyone has to be careful of those. How many times have you been poked or cut with them, Jason? With their fin.
Oh, more than I'd like to
Oh
count.
yeah, you'll like drip blood. The fingertips will just be a dripping. Hand. Oh yeah, you can get your hands cut up in a hurry with those. Let's see what else do we have here. Get off there. Zoom out. Cool. Are you going out this weekend, Jason?
I am going to be going out this week and then also this weekend.
Okay.
I was also just a day or two ago at Round Lake in Charlotte,
Nice.
looking looking for some brownies, but no luck with them. Managed a few baby angler spoon.
Did you really? Yeah.
Easily.
Huh. Nice. Yeah, I've been having all my luck with the Swedish pimple with a glow sticker. It's probably an inch and a half lure with a glow sticker. And that origami blade jigging spoon, I bought that. That was new to me last year. I bought a couple patterns, different color variations of the that origami blade jigging spoon by 13 Fish, and I bought a couple different variations of that last year. And this year I've been slaying the trout and perch with that thing. So it's an all around lure. Well, obviously the Swedish pimples are that you can catch several different species of fish with Swedish pimples with that origami blade jigging spoon. And it seems like that this VMC Tingler spoon is pretty versatile too. I think you can catch. Well, you said, Jason, in your email actually that it it specifies on the package that it's good for, I think, like panfish, like bass, perch, trout, things like that. So.
Yeah, walleye, perch, and
Oh,
trout is
walleye. Yep.
specified. Yeah.
Actually, I have a very good question. Where's the closest place we can go fish for walleye to Maine? We're a couple Mainers. I wonder where we can go fishing for walleye. Where's the closest place that has walleye?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Help us out if anyone's on the chat now and you just heard that question. Let us know in the chat. I wonder if Kai Dodge from Ukraine is still with us. They may have left, but they were asking a couple questions. This golden Charger 2015. They said sorry, have to go. Yeah, I don't know if they were just joking. They were like, "You're the best. You're the best you do." What's the profile pic? Oh, it's a dog. The profile pic is a dog. So this dog loves me. I guess. Golden Charger. Oh, it's probably the name of the dog. That channel's name is probably named after that dog in the profile pic. They were like, "Sorry, I have to go. Love you" with hearts, and then they're like, "You're the best YouTuber," I think with a smile, with a laughy face. I think they were just joking. But anyways, hey Jason, how neat is that we had a guy on here from New Zealand? I actually still have his stuff popped up here. Do you remember that a couple weeks ago?
Well, I
Yeah,
certainly do.
that guy from New Zealand. He's been. I actually am subscribed to him, Jason. So I've been able to watch some of his newest shorts videos that he's posted and stuff. He's still, and he just recently um, expressed his thanks to everybody that had subscribed to his channel because he's finally reached like 300 subscribers or something. And he gave a shout out to everybody, thanking everybody for that. Let's see. Let me get out of here. Let's close this out for a sec. Go back. Yeah, I want it. So this is his stuff here. Oh, where's the channel? Where did it just go away? Let's go on here and go back here. Go to mine. Trying to remember the name of that guy's channel. I just had a
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember the exact name. I'd have to go back and find it.
but anyways, let me get back in the chat group here, see if we had like over 20 people on here live listening in for a little bit ago. It dropped off. It fluctuates the longer. I found out the longer I keep my live stream going, the more I get towards an hour, or if I get past an hour, I get more and more flow. That's because it takes a while for people to kind of figure out that this live stream's going sometimes. So I need to get better at posting on YouTube, like the little post you can do, and I need to. There's some other things I can do to make it known, kind of get it out to the general public, so we can get more people. But fishing content usually don't get a lot of traffic. It's when we get into hunting stuff, hunting content, we'll get more people. Because YouTube is flooded with fishing, ice fishing channel. Fishing is There's more fishing content probably like all worldwide than there really is hunting content. Like fishing just has flooded the world. Fishing content, it's hard. So I'm lost in the mix. Same still with I am with hunting too, but it seems like there's 10 times more channels that have to do with fishing content than hunting. But I mean, because you got your tuna.
A good way
Oh,
to
go ahead. Yeah.
reach other anglers that would be interested in watching your live streams and your channel would be reaching out on other social media platforms, Fishbrain app or the Fish Angler app.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of guys' channels from those apps. They have YouTube channels as well. Really good communities for people wanting to share everything fishing.
Nice. So yeah, put it in. Let's see. It's called the
The two I use, one's called Fishbrain and the other one is called Fish Angler.
Fish Brain. So there's that. Do you see that on your phone? Fish Brain, and then Fish Angler.
Yes.
Fish Angler. Yeah, like that. Okay. Cool. Very neat. Hmm. Nice.
Yeah, and that Fish Angler app, I'm connected to anglers all over the world, to the tune of about, I don't know, probably 500 or 600 followers.
Yeah. Very cool. Very nice. See, his name was. So there's your email, Mackenzie. And then we got. I'm gonna try to find that guy from New Zealand.
So is anyone else sending any pictures of their latest fish conquest?
No, no,
No.
nothing. Like I said, I think that I'll get probably more feedback from hunting content than fishing, for whatever. Probably because, like you said, that I haven't joined these social media groups. Yeah, that the best way to probably really get more traffic would be to join the Fish Brain and the fish and the other one you mentioned too. So yeah. Well, let's see here. Hmm. So the perch day I had where I caught all them white perch. I think I caught 13 myself all day, and then uh, what was her name? Was it Ed and Louise? Ed and Louise was a couple that was fishing with me, husband and wife couple. Louise outfished both of us men, so we got outfished by a lady. She caught her by 16, no, 9. I think she caught 9. Well, hold on, we had 34, 13. Yeah, gotta do some math here. 60, so 23, 24, 5, 6, 16, 17. She caught like 19 and Ed caught 6 or so. But anyway, I mean this lady, she caught like 19, almost nearly 20 white perch herself. Her and Ed were using this little pink tungsten jig head, pretty large one. Usually a lot of times people will choose a small little like fire tiger tungsten jig head thing with a piece of dead shiner tail or a piece of dead shiner head on it, and you could slay the perch with one of them setups. They were using a pink headed one and a pretty large hook too. The white perch were hammering that thing. They'd put a piece of dead shiner on the hook for more enticement or to trigger the strikes, the bites, and Louise was hammering them white perch, and I was catching the white perch on that that gold Swedish pimple. The base color was gold. Then it had like a glow sticker on one side of the Swedish pimple, and I would charge the glow sticker with the flashlight on my cell phone. I'd shine the phone on it with the light flashlight, and I'd get that glow sticker charged right up. And I was catching a lot of white perch with that. In the beginning of the day, I was catching the white perch on that origami blade jigging spoon by 13 Fishing. And so I was like, oh, neat. This origami blade jigging spoon catches perch, catches trout. I was like, this is an all around lure. So, so far this year, those are my two favorite ice fishing lures for this year right now. So, yeah.
You can
Oh,
never go wrong with the Swedish pimple.
there's so many variations of them. I know you can't. They flutter very nicely in the water column. You can just tink your rod tip, tink, 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 and get a lot of. And this, I noticed, Jason, that this Swedish pimple that I was using with the little ring, it looks like a keychain ring, but you know what I mean. But it's tiny, miniature, and there was the little ring on it. I had the fishing line tied to that ring. Then there were these little fluttery red and white little flasher like things that add extra motion to the lure that were on that were above
Right.
the treble with the treble hook. Those little flasher like things and that other ring at the top the fishing line was tied to it. It kind of rattled a little bit. It made some noise. It like jingled. So with the glow sticker,
Right.
the gold flashy color of the lure, the glow of the sticker, and then that little rattling like sound, that tinking sound. All three of them things combined, I think, was was making it a good lure, all around lure. And then that origami blade jigging spoon that had great. Well, you barely had to move the rod tip to get that thing just doing this in the water. Both the Swedish pimple lure and that origami blade jigging spoon, they were they displayed a lot of action. Very minimal uh, up and downs with the rod. Very minimal motion of your rod tip, and you'd get them things just. And I bet that new lure of yours does that too. I don't know. Did you ever watch it in the water to see how it swam around? That lure, that VMC Tingler. Did you
Yeah, so
notice?
with the Tingler, it's designed like on the drop
Yep.
that it will swing out a lot wider than most of your other jig lures will. It'll
Okay.
go out a lot further past the hole and then back in. So it covers more area that way.
Okay. It
And
seems like
then with the cover more ground, so the fish will see it from further away and come in.
yeah. Seems like it's a cool lure. I'm going to have to find me some of those. You already had emailed me and said you noticed there was a few left at the Walmart in Calais, and I didn't go that way to purchase anyway. I wonder they're probably gone at this point in time. Um, but I can order them online, obviously.
Absolutely.
But I do want to try some of them out because they look pretty cool. And you've already caught some white perch with, and you said you lost a really big something like a pickerel or something on it, or you
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
something
this is
big.
like a 3 to 4 pound pickerel.
Yeah.
I
So,
had it on the jig rod over at round pond the other day. I lost him right at the bottom of the hole.
oh man, it was a big one, huh? Would have made, yeah.
All he in that 8 inch hole, all you could see was his head. That was it. That's how big he
Whoa!
was.
Wow, almost pike
Yeah,
size, huh? Like just
yeah.
like a bit like a small pike almost. Because them chain pickerel, they can get like almost 30. They can get like 30 inches long. I mean, yeah.
I've caught
Um,
it was around 32 inches long,
damn.
and he was really skinny though. That
Yep.
was a few years ago up at the flowage.
Nice.
Medic on 4 pounds. He was as big as around as my forearm, length of his body.
Wow. That's
For a
that's
big,
impressive. I've never caught a chain pickerel quite that big, but I've had caught several in like in the 20 inch, 21, 22 inch range. That's not uncommon to catch pickerel that long. A lot of folks catch them around
right?
20 inches. Have you ever? Now I know you kept your white perch and you made a little. I think you did a catch and cook with them, didn't you? I think you cooked them up.
Yes, I
I
did.
got the pics of them. You
Yeah.
showed. Yeah, that looked good. How'd that come out for you? Did it taste good?
Oh, it's
The white perch. Very, yeah. Very quickly share with us the recipe or how you went about cooking the white perch.
well. I just basically flayed them out and mixed up some batter from a recipe I pulled offline for a fish batter and fried them up in a little oil in the frying pan and just like fish and chips, man. It's great.
Sweet. So it was that simple, and it was delicious. It was
That simple.
mwah. It was that
Oh, absolutely.
sweet. Uh, it's so funny. It's actually really cool that that me and you have been conversing back and forth via email on these live streams or through my videos, and you've been catching white perch, and me and Ed and Louise, we had that good perch day, and they had a big fish feast. Mine are still in the freezer, but my fillet. I have Ed just on my last trip, my last outing. It was just me and Ed, that guy I fished with a couple weeks ago when we caught the 34 in that one day, and he filleted one right in the pop up shelter because I could get on video. I was filmed him how he scrapes. He was descaling it, like scraping the got the scales off, and then he filleted the white perch right there on video, so I can get the B-roll shots of it. And he took a bite of the raw fish. He was like, sushi. he, he ate it. He took a bite of the raw perch fillet. Then he goes, here, try. And I kind of licked it, and I tried to do it, but I was like, he's funny like that. He actually one time last year, we're after the lake trout, and a lot of folks will use big suckers and kill them, pop the air bladders in the suckers, and sink them to the bottom and fish right off the bottom of at 30, 40 to 60 feet deep water for the lake trout. Instead of just stepping on the fish or kind of using your fingers to pry it open to pop the air bladder inside the fish so it would sink good, he bit it with his mouth. He took that sucker and he bit the belly of it with his mouth to rip. I got that all on video. That's actually on one of the ice fishing videos that I posted on my channel last year. Ed's a funny guy like that. That's why I love going fishing with him, because he's a riot. I never know what I'm going to capture on video with this guy. He's a hoot. He's a riot. I love and he's a great fisherman too. I've learned a lot of things from him, and so yeah, he's pretty cool.
That
But
makes for a pretty good day out on the ice. You got someone like that with you.
exactly. So, what's your fondest memory, Jason, that you have fishing with a family member or a friend? What's your craziest, fondest fishing memory? I just shared a
Oh my
couple of mine.
god.
So I'm sure you have
I'd
many.
have to think on that one and get back to you because there's so many. Uh,
Yeah, that's all right.
I have to tell you, probably one of my favorite ones. It was kind of funny for everyone.
Yeah.
Is when I was a kid, we were fishing on the Denny's River for trout in the spring,
Mm,
and I know there's probably 6 or 7 of us down there at Gilman's Rapids fishing for trout,
yeah.
and we were catching them left and right, filling our stringers, no problem. Everybody except for my grandfather.
Hmm.
And he got mad, got in the canoe, went on the other side of the river on the bank, fished by himself.
Hmm.
And before you know it, his rod bent right over and he was laughing at us. Oh, you guys caught all these little trout, but I got the great big one, he says. And when he got it reeled in, it was a great big eel, not a trout. Wrapped right up around his leg. Wasn't he mad?
Yeah.
Well, that was a pretty good day right there.
That's a funny story. That's a great memory. Fond memory for sure. I
Yeah,
Have you ever caught eels yourself?
I
Freshwater.
have not.
Oh, you haven't?
Not on a
I thought
fishing rod.
I would have guessed you had. I, you know where I caught eels? I think it's the only place that I ever have, and the only time in my life I have ever caught freshwater eels. It was in a little brook. I was brook fishing for brook trout, and it was in Biddeford, Maine, down in southern Maine, in Biddeford, Maine, and it was the brook coming out of Wilcox Pond. So I kind of remember the pond in Biddeford, and it went through some public forest where there was a lot of biking and hiking paths that everyone used. And I was just following that stream along with my worms and hook, trying to catch some trout. And I caught a couple freshwater eels. I think I only caught two. And I did cut them open and clean them and fillet them with the intent to eat them. I don't think I did, but I kept them and froze them. But I don't remember if I ever did eat them. But that's the only time in my life, Jason, that I have ever caught like freshwater eels fishing. And
Well,
I did
I'll
see
put it
them.
this way:
Yeah, go ahead.
I've never caught one on a fishing rod. I'll put it that way. I've caught them by hand before.
Oh, okay. Well, that's there you go. So you've messed with them, you've caught them, you've handled them before.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. Now remember, I think you were on the live stream when that guy from New Zealand was telling us about his eel experience. I shared that shorts. Man, we gotta remember this guy's name, and so we could give a shout out. The heck was his name? The channel name was something. Oh gosh, here let's go back to. I'm gonna find. I'm bound and determined to find this guy's content.
I see another one of your videos. You got a lake trout the other day too, huh?
I just repurposed the content. Yeah, that was. I actually caught that one last year, but because I bank my footage. Like a lot of the footage you'll see posted this year came from the previous year, but that's how I kind of started my YouTube channel that way. I didn't just post everything right then and there because then I'd run out of content. So I started banking my hunts, banking my fishing video footage and files on my computer, and I just started accumulating a library of content so that way I never run out of ideas and or B-roll and video footage that I need for an idea I have to post. So yeah, but
Gotcha.
it wasn't a bad, yeah. And you've caught lake trout, I'm sure you've had.
I have not.
Oh, you
I've only
haven't.
been once. You know,
I'm
I've only been once last year or the year before, and I didn't have a bite all day.
gonna let you in on a little secret. That was my first and only lake trout so far. That one, but not bad. And I got him jigging. But
Nice.
I'm learning a lot about lake trout and lake trout fishing and how to go about it in the proper setups with tip ups or traps and the best lures and jig and rod kind of setups for lake trout. I'm learning a lot about how to go about locating them in a lake that has them. Obviously, learning about the proper depths that you should kind of target for finding them to fish for them. Pretty Actually, what I've learned is your brook trout, your bass, your perch, bluegills, your bait fish, smelt, things like that. They all seem to be in the water column from like 1 foot, 1 to like 25 feet, 1 to 30 feet, and never below. Like your white perch, they favor depths of 20 feet. In the wintertime, they favor those 20, 30 foot holes, 30 foot depth, 20 foot depths. But anything below 30 feet, you're getting into like lake trout zone. That's what I've learned anyway from just listening to all the guys that are very successful at fishing for lake trout. Uh, I think the magic depth is like 60 or something like that. This guy I work with, he's caught in 32-inch lake trout. He's caught in 10 pounders, 11 pound, 9 pound lake trout, and he predominantly fishes the 60-foot waters. He always goes, and he had to beef up his transducer. He has the Garmin Striker 4 sonar like I have. He has the same one ice fishing bundle, ice fishing setup that I have with my sonar, and he had to buy the $300 ice fishing transducer for that Garmin Striker 4 that was good for 300 feet of water, because the ice
Oh wow.
transducer, yeah, this transducer I have on my Garmin Striker 4, it gets a little finicky. It doesn't work the best past 60 feet. It's good from like five to 60 feet, and then anything beyond 60 feet in depth, it this transducer is almost worthless. It's hard to see. Doesn't matter how you adjust the gain and the range on the Garmin. Again, it's hard to see your lure. You barely see the mark, the flashing on the flash. So this buddy of mine, you probably know him, Jason. It's Ramey Scanlon. Ramey Scanlon. He's a you know Ramey. You met him probably at Maine Wild.
Yeah,
It's
I remember him.
Ramey. You know who Ramey is. You've heard of him or probably seen him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Ramey. Ramey had to buy. He said it was very expensive. It was like $300 to switch out the transducer, so he can use that Garmin sonar in 60 feet of water, where he predominantly likes to fish in like depths of 60 to 80 feet for those big monster 35-inch, like 10, 12 pound lake trout. Yeah. Let's see. Let's find this.
Been lake trout fishing, but I've done a lot of research on it. Of course, through
Yeah.
reading and watching other fishermen's videos. And there was one guy who's considered one of the best. I don't remember what state
Mm-hmm.
he's in, but he's considered one of the best in the state. And he was talking about watching other people that have never done it before and learning from them. Because sometimes what regular
Gotcha. Yeah. That's great advice.
shallow.
Yeah. Sweet. That's really good advice. Yeah.
day, 20 feet, and they came in and started hammering that tingler spoon. That was probably
Yeah.
about 5 feet under the ice. I was. Like I said, I'd forgotten I had her in.
Nice. The VMC Tingler spoon, everybody. Go get you one.
No,
This guy right here, Jason,
you guys all.
he's mastered the art of fishing with the VMC Tingler. Yeah, I'm going the Tingler spoon. That's too funny. Nice. No, that. And and it was that white, pink, purple. It was was it white? Did it have was it like just painted white on one side and kind of silvery shiny on the other? It must have been the
You
back.
know what? I didn't even look at the back side of it yet.
But you caught fish with it. Yeah, because you know it's all
Yeah,
colorful and bright on one side with like different color pattern. I'm wondering if it's just bare bones on the other side. It might just be that the silver to give that flash in the water.
yeah. Well,
But
I mean,
but
that's.
what? But you got to figure. I wonder too if it glows slightly. Did you even notice if the light, if it was gathering light and glowing at all? Wonder if it has a glow to it.
I
Now
didn't
I
notice,
got
but
you.
that's quite possible.
Yeah,
That's
now
quite possible.
got you curious. Now you're like,
But
but white
quite
stays.
honestly, though, I don't pay too much attention to the color patterns. A lot of people get hung up on those. I'm
Yeah,
looking, like you said, more for some sort of flash from it, and
right.
then like the motion and the action that the lure has. I find those two
Yeah,
things to be way more important than just color patterns.
gotcha. Cool. Hmm.
Now, you and the guys that you fish with, you're all using electronics now, aren't you? Like the Garmin's and.
Oh yeah, the yeah I got that a couple years ago, I think, and oh man, it's but this Ed and Louise that I've been fishing with, ice fishing with for the last 3 years. They're sold on it. They want one bad. It's unreal. Uh, I just recently got really good video footage of me explaining how it works and kind of and showing in real time how it's picking up Ed's lure 5 feet away from my hole. So I had the ice transducer to this Garmin Striker 4 in my hole, and that if you adjust the gain to make it super sensitive, so that transducer, so the cone of sensitivity coming off of that transducer is real. It's picking up more noise, more things around. It was registering Ed's lure 5 feet away in the other corner of the shelter, and it was showing the perch that were around. And what's neat is it will flat. I was using a red green color scheme, so red, yellow, green. Green would be my lure. It's a thin, light green color flash on the flasher was my lure or Ed's lure. Then if you were to see other marks, if they were green, then that means the fish were anywhere from like 3 to 5 feet away. Was picking up Ed's. He was 5 feet away. And when the mark would get thicker and red and yellow, get that bright red yellow color, that means a denser object. That means fish. And that meant the fish was right under my hole and right near my lure and getting ready to bite. So I could tell when one was coming at my lure. I'd see little green marks off that would signal that the fish were probably watching it. They could see it from 3 to 5 feet away. And then when that mark would start getting thicker, start turning red, and it would chirp too. The sonar makes a chirping sound when it lets you know there's a fish right under that transducer right near your lure. So that's how I knew I was getting ready to get a bite. So I'd slow my action down and just let the rod tip keep that fluttering motion on the lure, and I'd get a perch to bite. I could tell when they were right near my lure from that flasher on the Garmin. So they're great. I mean, Ed thought that was the neatest thing ever, and he's never ever been tempted to buy any kind of electronic for fishing like that ever in his life. But this year he's like sold on it. He posted on Facebook, does anybody have some kind of ice fishing sonar, whatever, for sale that they'd be willing to sell? He's looking into getting one. But yeah, that's pretty neat. It's kind
Yeah, I've
but
never used one myself.
well, it
I've
also
always just
yeah.
I've always just studied the depth charts and went on behavior of fish and where I think they might be.
Hmm.
But when I was at Round Pond in Charlotte the other day, there's a couple of young fellas there fishing, and I went over to shoot the shit with them for a while.
Yeah.
Live scope, and they were showing me how that works, and it was pretty interesting to watch. And they were doing well. I mean, he got like 5 pickerel and 2 yellow perch while I was there.
Yeah. Oh, so he had one of the
And that,
live scopes. Or well, was it one of the
yeah,
$6,000 ones, like the real expensive ones, or was it just
no, no,
oh, it's kind of like probably like mine, but with the live. Yeah, I can get the next up from this that has a live view. It's called live view or whatever. You can see like the weeds. You can see it'll show the fish. Yeah, because the next up from
yeah,
what I have, it, kind of has sort of a live. Yeah, the actual Garmin live scopes. They're $6,000 to $8,000. The newest ones this year. They're extremely expensive, filthy money, man. Just
oh wow,
ungodly expensive. And there's a guy. Well, you probably know him. It's Ackley there, something. The bait dealer there. He's a guide, registered guide. He sells live bait right down Hadley Lake Road. It's something Ackley. He's a guy. He just bought one this year. He got the brand new one, the Garmin Live Scope. It's pretty sick. And I think he said, I think he spent nearly $7,000, 7,000, like 699, almost $7,000 on the setup. Oh yeah, they're expensive. But this is all a ice fisherman really needs, or any fisherman needs for that matter. It's just a Garmin Striker 4. These are the most affordable sonars, fish finder, flashers for ice fishing bundles or setups that any fisherman could ever get. They're the least expensive. They're the cheapest on the market. I got mine at Walmart for $100, but then you spend $300 for this for the ice transducer, the carry case, and battery. This is called the ice bundle. It's about 350 for this whole box. But the actual sonar itself, the fish finder flasher, that was $100 when I bought it. It now goes for 133. It went up $33, and with inflation, that's not that bad. It's only $130 at
no,
Walmart. Striker 4. You can get, and I used the transducer that came with it, just a regular, normal fishing transducer that came with it originally, and I took one of those candy cane tubes you get for Christmas.
yep,
Took the cane part. I just used the clear tube. I put the cable of that transducer down through one of them plastic tubes to hold that transducer upright at the right angle, and then I took some to pool noodle styrofoam to help float it in the hole, hold it in the hole, and I ice fished with that for the first couple of years until I bought this bundle, the actual ice fishing bundle for the Striker 4. So all in all, probably less than $500, about $450, and
nice.
you have this whole setup for ice fishing, and it's the most affordable uh, setup out there. And it's actually exactly what Ramey Scanlon uses for lake trout fishing, is this Garmin Striker 4. And he was always using this exact transducer until I mentioned to you just recently, that a little while ago, that he dropped $300 on the beefed up version of the transducer, the one that's
Right.
good from like 5 feet to 3. You can, yeah, now he can. detect fish down to 300 feet with his striker for. That's insane.
Yeah, and there's not too many bodies of water around here that are that deep either. You gotta go to like Moosehead or somewhere like that.
I think Donnell was at 150. Yeah, you can find exactly. Yeah, Sebago Lake I think has depths of over 200. Is it Keyser Lake in Maine that's the deepest in the state? Is it Keyser? That there's a lake in Maine that has a 300 something foot depth. It's like over 300 feet, I think, and it's all ledge on one. Where the side of the lake that's got all that ledge. It's like the side of a mountain, button up to the edge of the lake. It's either Keyser Lake or something
Yeah,
like
I don't
centralish
remember.
Maine. It's not far from Sebago Lake. It's centralish Maine area, and
Yeah,
it's has the deepest. It's the deepest lake I think in the state of Maine. Yeah, you'll have to research that, look that up. Um,
yeah, I
I
know
want to say,
Moosehead is
yeah,
the biggest, and they got some deep holes, and then Sebago, and then Tunk Lake has like 150-foot, 200-foot deep hole.
yeah.
I'm not sure what's the deepest.
Yeah. And Tunk Lake is so close to me that I mean I don't know why I don't ever brave that one. That has some big lake trout in it, but it's a scary lake to fish. It's one of those lakes that you where you could have 12 inches of ice and it could go to 4, 3, and then boom, then you're yeah, it's one of those. It's a scary one to fish, and you have to cross. I think cross the yeah crap the fishers, the little ice fishers, or the yeah what do they call crap? Now I'm tongue tied. Can't remember what do they call them?
Pressure ridges.
There you go. Yeah, I did a video on them. Couple, well, I couldn't think of it. Yes, little pressure ridges or pressure cracks or stress cracks. Pressure. You've got to cross a really nasty one on Tunk Lake to really get to the good waters for lake trout. So you have and then actually most of them, well, East Grand, West Grand, Moosehead, all of them big lakes have pressure ridges that are pretty sketchy, or that you got to watch out for pressure cracks. Because
Oh, you
especially
just never
you
things.
never not some of them lakes are scary to fish in the wintertime. Yeah,
Yeah, some planned outing for fishing.
I think this Friday I'm going to go after brook trout again. I believe because me and the family made plans to go to Boston, so or to go on a trip. We're going. I got to go. I'm going to visit like other extended family down in southern Maine this weekend, and me and my immediate family we're going to get on like the train and go to the aquarium and museum and all that stuff. Well, for my son, he's turning 13 this year, and he's never been to like the Boston Aquarium, the museum, the all them. He's never been on a train ride, things like that. We want to give him all these experiences. And then there's Wolf Neck Lodge, something like that. We want to take him to indoor water park. We want to take him there sometime. Then obviously Florida. We got to get him to Florida before he gets too old, so he can appreciate the Disney World crap, Disneyland. But that's all in the future plan.
Sure.
But yeah, so maybe Friday. I'm gonna try to get out Friday because the son will be at school. I don't work Fridays, so I have 3-day weekends. So I think I'm gonna go out Friday. Yeah, hopefully.
And you're looking for brook trout.
Yeah, I think. Let's see what we got here. Surprised no one else got on the chat. No biggie. So it was. I'll remember that Fish Angler and Fish Brain. I need to join these sites. Fish Brain and Fish Farm. I'll have to get on there. Hmm.
Think that'd be a good way to uh, of your fishing content out to more.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
And on Fish Angler, there's a bunch of us that also share all our hunting experiences too.
Oh, okay. That's neat. Pretty cool, man. Yeah, so if I. Oh, there you are.
Do you have uh, do you have a shelter that you use when you go ice fishing?
I do, yeah. Yeah. I have the Thunder Bay. I have a Thunder Bay shelter. I did some like product review videos on it several years ago. The Thunder, it's very affordable. It was barely $150, and it's a 3-person one. But I do have one. I have a couple different buddy heaters. But I've lately, like when I've gone after the brook trout, I haven't even set up tip ups or traps. I haven't even bought any live bait for trout. I've been running and gunning. I've been just using my Garmin Striker 4 sonar and my lure, and I've been jigging for all the trout. I think when I go Friday, I'll probably buy some shiners, and I'll grab my. I use different tip ups. I use like the polar tip up style, the more sensitive tip ups traps that barely takes any force to get the flag to go up. These Lakers here, man, you can make them more sensitive though. I need to adjust the spools or reels on these Laker traps so that they're a little more sensitive for like the dainty trout. Cause I lose a ton of trout. I actually lose a lot of trout and bait. I'll get a lot of bait theft using these Lakers when using them for brook trout. But I have a set of traps that are just specifically for trout fishing. So I'll bring those with me Friday. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's probably going to be my
they're
next purchase
out.
is getting the shelter because I don't have one yet.
Yep.
Um,
Nice.
I get some real old school traps that I use in general sometimes, but most of the ones I'm running now are like the beaver dam style,
Yep.
and
Nice.
those work pretty good.
Cool. So Jason, buddy, old pal, Dirt Nap City
Yeah.
'93 from Texas is back on here.
Oh, hey, Dirt Nap.
I think yeah Dirt Nap. You've been on my live stream before. I think he says yeah. Yeah, I think I remember that. Remember that channel name. Texas has everything runs big in Texas. Deer racks,
Certainly does.
fish are huge. Get huge. You can get some massive bass, crappie, and things like that. Bluegills in Texas. The fish,
Blue,
their growing season's
blue
longer. They don't,
catfish.
Texas don't get the winters like we do. The fish they'll grow real good all spring and summer. They'll get fat and grow a few inches. Then all of a sudden winter hits and the lake turnover happens where the water column goes from warm in the top to warm in the bottom and cold at the top, and you get your ice and then so forth, so on. And the fish kind of your warm water species of fish they can get pretty sluggish, be a little slightly less active in wintertime. But
Yeah,
then your trout and salmon, things like that get real feisty. But you can still get on the bass and crappie and bluegills in the deep holes or on the weed beds or on shelves under the water. You can find every now and then get those types of fish in the winter. So, Dirt Nap City, have you ever been ice fishing? Let's see if he's still on here. I'm asking him if he's. And if he has been ice fishing, I'm curious as to know where he went. If he's from Texas, there is a guy, Jason, that joined the live stream a couple weeks ago from California. It was a young kid, I think, and they said they ice fish, but out of country, like not in the U.S. And if they're in California, I'd say they probably go to Canada. I never did
Yeah.
ask where. Didn't get to ask where specifically. I'm guessing Canada somewhere.
I wonder if he meant out of country or just out of state, because
Yeah, he might.
I
Yeah, it
know
was
there's
a
a
young
bunch of
kid. Yeah, yeah. True, very true. It could just be out of state. It was a young kid. They were like, they subscribed to Spikes and Gills for me, which I was grateful for. And the kid was like, "Oh, I got to go to bed now. I got to get up for school." And it was a school the kid still in school, so it was someone young. Yeah, you're
kind of.
probably right. They probably meant out of state. So because
I was
they
gonna
probably
say
went
that
up
there's
into
some
like
guys.
Idaho. Yeah.
Well, even next door, like Utah and Colorado, this time of year they can go up in the mountains and fish the alpine lakes, ice fishing.
Very true. That's right, Jason.
Matter of fact, they catch some nice trout out there, some real nice trout ice fishing in them alpine lakes.
Oh yes, definitely. And somewhere like in Oregon, possibly California. I think Panhandle up in northern Idaho, somewhere you can get on some grayling. There's the graylings, and then in Alaska, I think Alaska has grail. It's grayling, and then what's another? What's that other fish? The graylings, I think, have those really
Oh,
cool
I see.
fins, and they're. What's the other one that I'm thinking that we don't have locally? Crap. What is?
I've seen so many on that fish angler app that we
Yeah.
don't have around
Oh
here. I
yeah,
mean,
definitely.
a lot of them are hybrids too, right? Like the cut bows instead of the rainbows.
Yes, cutthroat trout. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and the tiger trout, which is
Yes.
kind of like a mix between a brown and a brookie.
Yep. I've heard of them. Seen pics of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice. I I really want to go after pike, northern pike. I want to get on some big pike
Do you know
this year.
where the closest lake is to pikefish?
Closest to us would be just down near Augusta, out right by Augusta. I've been. I had a guy I went to college with. Him and his father took me pike fishing, and I actually never bought a rod and fishing line and leader and lure setup or a whole. Never bought a fishing setup for pike before in my life, but they gave me the invite to go with them. So I immediately went to Walmart and bought the rod I needed, the heavyweight rod, the type of line I needed, steel leader, the lures I needed. I got skunked, and I think his dad did too. And this guy from college that took me, believe it or not, his name is Justin too. It's another Justin. I went to college with him, and his dad were kind enough, gracious enough to take me on their boat to this lake pike fishing, and it's just outside of Augusta, somewhere off one of them exits around. Yeah, so and that's not so far away. It's doable. I want to
Right.
probably go like book a room. I'd like to do like a 2 day or sometime. I'd do like a one night. Leave real early in the morning to get there, fish all day, stay the night somewhere locally, and then go back out. Or ice, you can make it even cheaper, more affordable. You can just camp, get a insul. I could upgrade my shelter to an insulated 4, 6 person shelter and ice camp out right on the ice. So it's my
I'm looking forward to doing that when I get my shelter.
yes.
Definitely gonna do
That's
some
the
ice
way to
camping.
go. That's the way to go for lake trout, pike, for any of these big these big fishing adventures is to just set up out there, get way out there, and just stay for several days. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Wow.
a lot of fun.
Exactly. Definitely. It was my full intent to do it, to start doing it last year. And this year, last year, my wife agreed to go in halvesies on me on upgrading my shelter. It's going to be part of my Christmas present, or whatever. And it fell through. It didn't happen. But I was going to get a. You want to come say hi, Bryson? My son's going to bed. Say hi, Bryson. This is Jason. You want to see him? Come say hi to Jason. My little fisher buddy, hunter buddy. Good night. Yeah, he's almost 13, but he's caught several nice fish. He got his first deer at 10, and he almost got his second deer this year. Poor bugger. He had his finger. He was getting ready to, and it ran away. It happened.
Been there and done that.
Oh yeah. And I took him out again later, and we didn't get on. I think we just saw. At that point, it wasn't youth day, so we couldn't shoot an antler. Just saw does. We had to be buck. After youth day, it's if you don't have the dope tag, it's buck only the rest of the way. Well, anyways.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a doe tag. I've always been buck only myself.
Oh, you've never drawn? Have you ever put in for doe permits?
Once.
Okay.
Yeah, I put in once and I didn't get one. Always just been buck hunting.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah.
Of course, once I get my safety course in and get into the bow hunting, that will change.
Exactly. Yeah, because during archery season, if you really, really want to, you can take a doe. So I started out. My hunting career started out with just bow. I didn't even own a rifle or a handgun. I had just a bow and arrow, so I started deer hunting with just a bow. In my first 3 to 4 years, I shot does, and I think I did my third or fourth year in. I think I did get a little spike buck. This is my first. This is my first ever buck with a bow. My first bow buck. It measures 3 inches exactly, but it didn't have to be 3 inches. In archery season, you shoot an antlerless deer. So even if this wasn't 3 inches, it still would have been legal in archery season. But this was my first buck with a bow, little spiker, and he was licking a dead red squirrel at the base of a tree off to the side there. That I had plunked a red squirrel with my bow at noontime, heading out for lunch before coming back for the evening sit. This was long ago when I was a teenager, like over 25 years ago, or longer for that matter. I'm old. So, and I just put some leaves over the red squirrel, just left it there, and come back in the evening, and this little guy and his mother, the doe, I presume was his mother. He hadn't left her side. He hadn't weaned from mama yet. He was. I don't. She hadn't hadn't kicked him out of the nest yet. He was still with the doe, and they come down the ridge and walked off to my right, and he found the red squirrel. He was pawing at it. He was licking the blood from that red squirrel moments before I shot him. That was a really neat experience, a really neat thing to witness a deer do. I've never seen a deer do that ever before. It was a very peculiar behavior. Yeah, when they first decided to come along the ridge, to the doe get my scent. Oh yeah, they were out of range off to my right, way up high. They were on above the ridge. They walked down out front of me. They got my wind over here somewhere, and the doe snorted and ran back up the ridge. It was an evening hunt. That's why I was hunting low. Evening thermals. You get your drop in thermals in the evening. The cooler air.
Correct.
drop. So that's why I was down. If you're wondering why I was below the ridge, it was because it was the evening sit. So I had that in mind. But she still got my scent and ran. Her and this little guy ran up the ridge. And I had just read an article, maybe less than a week prior to this hunt, an article about their attention span, a deer's attention span, about how long they, like if they were to see a human or you were to spook one, jump a deer, their attention span, they have a certain length of time where they hold on to that. They kind of focus on whatever it was they saw that was out of the norm, whatever spooked them. And it was something like 20 to 30 minutes after about 20 minutes time, they kind supposedly they almost act like they forgot whatever happened 20, 30 minutes prior, because they'll go immediately right back to just grazing. And if if they didn't see any more of what it was that spooked them or alerted them, they don't smell any again what it was they smell, they'll go. Yeah, and I just remembered that I read the article, so I used that as my confidence booster, that they would somewhat kind of forget that they smelt me or smelt human or thought there was a human nearby, and that they would eventually work their way back in, and they did. 30 minutes later, here she comes back down that ridge, wanting to still go in the direction she was intending to go initially. And I only had a 15-yard shot at this guy. She stayed out about 30 yards away, the doe, but he walked within 15 yards of my stand. And it was only my third deer with a bow. I think I shot 2 does prior. This was only my third ever deer in my life, and my first buck with a bow. And that was a quick recap of that story of how that played out. And that little buck was shot on York County Fish and Game Club property down in York County, Maine, southern Maine. The club was called York County Rod and Gun Club. I hunted on their land. I was a member of that club, obviously, because I lived on Mast Road. Across the street was Club Woods, club property, and the brook that I would fish for brook trout and everything. So that's where I grew up. Was in York County, Maine, down in Lyman, Maine. I grew up hunting and fishing on York County Rod and Gun Club land, and fishing Barker Pond and another pond that was nearby. Yeah.
That's pretty neat that they came right back in.
Yeah, and I can't remember who wrote that article. It could have been a Bill Winke article. Bill Wink been a freelance writer for the deer. It was out of Deer and Deer Hunting magazine, I presume. Bill Wink, I think, has written columns for them before, or it could have been Dr. Grant Woods. It could have been any number one of them guys. What's the other guy's name? What else am I thinking of? But anyways, yeah, the deer, they have a short attention span, I guess. I guess they have ADD, attention deficit disorder. Yeah, so after 20, 30 minutes of time, if you don't constantly, if they're not like constantly getting your scent, if you're moving, or once they smell that threat, smell human, they'll run anyway. And wherever they run to, they're not, all of a sudden they're out of that scent cone. They're not getting that scent anymore anyway. And then if they didn't see you anyway, they'll eventually just kind of forget about it. A lot of times they'll loop back around. They'll take a different deer trail probably. A lot of times where deer are coming from, they're crossing intersections anyway. They could come to a point where they could go right, left, straight, whatever. For the most part, all intents and purposes, is always intersection of deer trails going every which way. So they might just take a different path or different approach to go to where they were trying to go from point A to point B. But it might take 20 to 30 minutes of your patience, to just wait them out, and they'll eventually show back up. I remember having to tell my friend Jason that a few times on some hunts I took him on where we jumped deer. And then like 20, 30 minutes later, I was able to call them right back in with deer calls. And then he'd get a chance at him. I remember he shot over the back of a deer that would have been his first ever bow deer. He shot over the back of a buck another year. But yeah, so a lot. You can kind of bump and dump. You can do that with deer. The hunting public does this a lot of times. If you watch the hunting public, they'll, for some of the big bucks they get that are like holding in thick cover, thick bedding cover, or thick impenetrable cover. A lot of times the hunting public will bump and dump. They'll walk, just go in, bust that buck up, spook him. He'll run off, and then they'll set up wherever, because that the buck will come. I think he'll circle back. He'll come back. I think they call him in. They use deer calls, or just wait him out. But that buck, there's a reason why he was bedded there. He was in the middle of hunting season. He feels safest there, especially if it's a 4 or 5 year old big mature buck. He's going to want to go back to that spot, especially if it was only that one time that you bumped him. But if me or you kept bumping him every day, we did that two or more times, there's a chance he might not circle back. But that's why they always say just it's only going to be a useful tactic, or you might only be successful doing it if it's the only time you bump them out of there. I don't know if you ever heard of that tactic before, but I guess the hunting public do it successfully. I've watched videos of theirs where they were explaining it and showing and they were being filmed doing it. It's unreal how it works. And that's because they have short attention spans. Yeah, bump.
I haven't used that tactic
But
exactly, but I have
it's nerve.
almost exclusively done the tracking and bumping them
Yeah.
up until about 5 years ago when I finally developed the patience to actually sit and wait. But
Mm-hmm.
and I really enjoy the tracking. Um, I haven't watched much of the hunting public, but the one I watch is Hal Blood. Have you ever heard of Hal Blood? Big Woods Box,
Oh
Northern
yeah,
Maine.
yeah. Me and him wrote for the Northwood Sporting Journal and the Maine Sportsman together. We both were columnists for the same. He still is. He still writes for the Northwood Sporting Journal. But I've read his articles. I've
Yeah,
read his books, and I've seen a bunch of his videos. So I do know how he's a great guy. Hal Blood's awesome.
yeah, yeah. And I had a style similar to what he does.
Yeah,
I never had success with it like he does, but I mean, I've pushed him all day long without getting a shot on him. But
yeah, yeah. That's it's. Yeah, you can yeah, run. There's that, and then, but knowing, let's see, no, like knowing that there's guys out there like the hunting, like Zach and what's his name, Zach and Aaron. These are the two names off of the hunting public I can think of. There's Aaron, Zach, and what are some of the other? There's like 3 to 4 main guys that like big wigs for the hunting public, but yeah, they try everything under the sun. I mean, they film, they document it so they can share it, so we can like watch their videos and hear them talk about it, see it be successful. Then, because bumping deer, a lot of times it's kind of a nerve wrack. I think we're nervous to do that because we don't want to screw our chances for the rest of the way. We don't want to like blow our hunt altogether. Like, who would ever think that that's a good idea to just go in there and run off a big 4 or 5 year old monster rat buck out of his bedding area? No one would ever think that that's a good idea. But it can work to your advantage if you hadn't ever bumped him out of there before. If he's in there feeling safe and cozy and he's staying there all day long in the daylight while there's shots over here and rifle shots over here, hunters walking over here and hunters. It, oh yeah, it's crazy. You can do that. You can bump them. The I got the way they describe it though is you got to do it as if you're the coyote or bobcat. Your approach has to be methodical, has to be thoroughly planned and thought out, so that obviously this is the big one. The buck can't smell you. You can't go in there with the wind and their thermals blowing your scent to him. You can't let the buck smell you. That's the number one thing. If he smells you, then it probably won't work at all. And you don't want him to actually really see you for that. you're making the deer think that a coyote came through. She does now. Doesn't this make more sense? This is how they explained it, how they do it. Because then the buck will obviously circle downwind of that bedding area. He'll scent check it. So I guess when you set up on him or get in your tree saddle or get up on a high knoll or you want to go upwind, the buck's gonna come circle downwind of his bedding area to smell it, make sure it's safe to enter again. But I think we got to set up more, go further upwind and off to the side. And see another thing too is you can. A lot of people think that because the wind, a lot of people think you can't hunt a certain deer or hunt a certain area because the wind is wrong. But have you ever heard of off wind? Like just hunting just off wind. Like still go in. Who cares if the wind direction is north when you needed a south wind or it's south when you needed a north wind? You can a lot of times get away with getting in there, setting up your tree saddle or stand or sitting on a stump or your hunting chair or whatever, just off wind of the trail that you are almost adamant certain that buck's gonna take. You want to just be just off wind. So it could be wrong initially in your mind. The wind could be wrong, but you can still a lot of times approach the area and set up accordingly. So you could, yeah. I read articles and listened to podcasts that where guys were talking about or writing about in the articles about just off wind shooting that big trophy buck when he and then there's always that narrow window of opportunity that you can get an arrow or your bullet through to that deer with it before he does win you because eventually he might still be going along that trail and eventually he will probably get your scent as he keeps going but you want to kill that buck before he ever gets to that point but that's the just off wind tactic. Just I mean I could go expound on that all day long and then the bump and dump tactic. That's all. This is all just little tidbits that I've learned from the hunting public, or listening to podcasts, reading articles by Bill Wink or Hal Blood for that matter. Well, no, Hal Blood doesn't care about anything. He just chases them. Hal Blood just
Yeah.
he tracks and fall. He just stays on them. He pretty much hangs with the deer all day long from dawn dusk till he yeah. Hal Blood is good. He's good people. He's a great guy. Love Hal Blood. Like reading his
He's
books.
very good.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
got
one of the top at
woods
that
wise.
particular
Very wood.
style of hunting.
Yeah, and he's very very woods wise. He knows the
Yeah,
he can he's just he's smart when it comes to how blood in the wilderness, the mountains, and the deer. He's very knowledgeable based, very woods wise. He's just yeah he's a all around stand up guy, stand up hunter. He's a hell of a guy.
now,
There's
you're talking about with
we
the
should.
wind and the
He puts on
movements and
yeah.
this part of my blind that were coming in. See,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised how much they will tolerate.
Oh, the deer you.
So that wind and that scent is the biggest thing to me when you're hunting
Mhm.
deer is using that wind and not letting them catch your scent. Because if they get that,
Yeah, most certainly.
right, and if they do happen to see you, and if you have to move, like slow, small movements, not like big, fast movements, you can get away with slow, small movements.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's the probably rewind a little bit to back to where I was talking about the hunting public's tactic of bump and dump or like it, they. It's important to kind of think of how a coyote would walk through there. How would a bobcat kind of approach that area, or how very slow, methodical, very carefully placed steps and footing. Very,
Yes.
so that we've got a, we are if we're out there with our weapon, a gun, or bow, we are the predator. We're doing it's a predator prey approach when it comes to hunting. We are the predator; they're the prey. Yeah. So very good point. Point taken. It's good. Yeah, you've got to think slow, kind of careful steps. Pay attention to every little bit of
And
detail.
now, but um, he approaches deer hunting near the enemy. You
Mm-hmm.
being a kite
Yeah.
or can drop on them without them.
Yeah. Hmm. Hello. Yeah. Oh, cutting out, I guess.
Any hunting in?
That's really too bad. You don't have the bestest of reception out your way, do you? Like cell service or. Right. Well, I wonder if you're going on your phone's internet. Do you have do you if you have actual like Wi-Fi or actual internet in your house, you can. I wonder if your phone's not connected to your actual house internet. If you're just going off your phone's data, because I'm on.
No,
You're
I'm
on
on
your
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Yeah. Or yeah, yeah, because yeah, you've been all like cutting. You've been cutting out a lot. Your phone. The reception is kind of poor, but that's too bad. Gotcha. Got it. Hmm. Anywho's it? Oh, what is it? 10th, dude. You are past your bedtime, Mister Man. We've been
You better believe it.
Man, we've been chatting on here for an hour and a half. My wife's actually still up, surprisingly enough. I'm surprised she's not in bed yet. Probably because I'm still up. But Bryson did make it to bed, I think.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, well, I'm bumming that I'm upset I missed last Monday's live stream. I don't like to skip a week because the YouTube algorithm it likes consistency. That's why I upload
Yeah.
videos and shorts every week. It's and I'm exponentially growing. I'm over the 3,000 subscriber mark. I'm at 3,100 subscribers. My I get so many new subscribers every month. If you drop off the face of Earth, all of a sudden you've been consistent uploading every week, and all of a sudden you just stop. Your growth will go bloop. You just
Oh man.
viewers. The algorithm likes to see consistency, and viewers they in 2026 it seems like binge watching some things. That's why I'm posting series and string of ice fishing videos around like the trout fishing, and then eventually I'll put a string of videos out about the perch or whatever, just ice fishing in general. Because my this is the fourth post of my latest video is the fourth in a row, and it's now now the browser is recommending it. It's starting to climb the views on it now. That's just how the algorithm works with YouTube. It rewards you for consistency and for like sticking to a certain topic or niche. And if you post videos
Right.
on that topic, a whole string of them, it's easy for viewers to binge watch. They'll watch one and they'll get recommended the next, and the YouTube also loves people to stay on the platform. That's how they make their money, right? They want people to
Right.
stay on YouTube, keep watching. So me skipping last Monday don't help my live stream algorithm thingy-majiggy. It messed. So I gotta try to. I'll make sure I'm back here next Monday night. Yeah. Um. Anyway, and also it's funny. YouTube is funny. The way the algorithm works, they love to see a lot of likes. The more likes a video gets, the more comments and likes, it pushes that video even further to newer audiences, and you get all of a sudden once what was like 800 views will spike to 2,000 views, and it'll just beyond. Like I got a couple outlier videos. I got the moose hunt video that's over 70,000 views. I've got a how to use Moultrie trail camera video that's over 60,000 views, and I've got that in just the last 2 years. They got that many views in just 2 years time or a year time, and they're called outlier videos. Those videos carry me. Those are like my money. They're my revenue makers. They make me monthly income off YouTube, and they also, because of those videos, if I make more videos centered around that topic, they get recommended and pushed, and they'll spike. They'll get several thousands of views because I'm making content around that viral video of mine, that outlier video that's doing well. So I kind of gave you a little tidbit of how YouTube works, the algorithm works on YouTube. So now you got to start yourself a channel.
Yeah, eventually, one of these days.
I could coach you.
So much I got to do right now.
Yeah. Well, if you ever get interested in doing it, and you're like, yes, I'm starting it this year, just you know who to ask. I can help you get there. We will collab. What we're doing now. I'll help. Collaborations help channels grow too. Like, so if I could find another guy that's got, but you want to collaborate with channels that are small like yours. Like I have about 3,000 subscribers, so I'd want to collaborate with a guy with a 2,000 to 5,000 subscriber count. Probably that's also trying to get into the hunting fishing content on YouTube, and how collaborations work is all of a sudden like their viewers and their subscribers are noticing me. All of a sudden notice my channel, so I could get traffic from them, and likewise they get traffic from me, and we kind of grow together, and that's collaborating. That's how that works. I have yet to reach out to any other channels to do that. I don't. I'm just, but I should though. I should try to do that. Yeah.
There's a lot of
Well,
guys on there that have small channels that they've started collaborating, and you can pick up more subscribers.
that's how it works. That's exactly
Yeah.
how it works. So yeah. I don't know if we'll ever be the next Joe Holland fishing, but
I like his channel too. I watch quite a bit of him.
he's a great guy. Oh yeah, I love Joe. He's great. Yeah, I like him. Cool, right on.
Uh,
Hey, sweet.
there's a couple more too. I do the MAINE Trout Whisperer,
Oh, I
and
like
I think
him.
the other one was called Mainly Outdoors. I think was a main guide that I used to watch.
Yeah,
How Blood, of course.
yeah. Nice. That's awesome, bud. Cool. Well, I'm gonna hit the hay. I gotta go do.
Alrighty.
Thanks for joining the live stream, buddy.
Well, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Good night to everybody else. Thank you, everybody, for being here on the Spikes and Gills Monday night live streams, and I hope all of you will be back here next Monday night at 9 p.m. to join us live on the Spikes and Gills live stream. As always, like I say, Jason, I like to think of my Spikes and Gills live stream as a community kind of thing where I'm building a strong hunting and fishing community around my live stream where we can all learn from one another, share each other's stories, success stories, learn cool little tidbits of information that could help us all be better fishermen, better hunters, and just maybe entertain one another and just by chatting and answering questions, so forth, so on. So, until next Monday night, everyone have a good one. Be safe out there on the ice. Hope all of you are very successful the rest of the way ice fishing. I want to see those emails come in, those fishing success stories and pics. I'm going to put the email down here one more time. Wildmaine outdoors@gmail.com. Wild, make sure it's spelled right. Wild Maine Outdoors. So there, I posted in the chat my email again for anyone that's watching or checking the chat. Use that email to send your success, hunting or fishing success pics and stories to. Send it to the Wild Maine Outdoors team. I'll give a shout out, show you pics, share your story. You can join the chat, answer questions, share more about that story. So yeah. Till then, till next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Jason, buddy,
I
you
am
have a good night.
super excited to see everybody's pictures next week.
Yeah. I hope. Yeah, we need more. Need it to be. I hope it happens. Hey everybody, have a good night. Good night, Jason. We'll see you, buddy.
Good night.